guys, what's up? Welcome to episode 2 of Trampoline Talk. I'm here, of course, with Sonja, and welcome to episode 2. So this time, we're gonna talk about just stories, not like an exact topic, but just stories and whatnot that we want to share with you guys. So, welcome.
Yeah. Kaylin may start.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think.
Okay, I'll start. So it was like a while back, like almost 3 years ago, when we only lived there for a short time, but there was woods right next to our apartment complex, and I had met these girls in my apartment complex, and they were like, we want to show you something cool. Well, I had to go with my brothers, because they had to watch over me. And so we all went, and there was this trail, and then it led to a like satanic circle area, and there was this really, really old chair. And my brother, they were like, don't sit in it, don't sit in it. And then my brother, he just sat in it, and then he started to prank these girls by like shaking his body and then rolling his eyes back in his head and doing it with demon voice. and it's like, you're all gonna die, mortals. And then he started to like chase them, and they ran out of the woods as fast as they could, never talked to me again. Yeah.
Yep. That sounds like fun.
It was very fun.
Okay, so this one time, nothing to do with like woods or something, but me and my friends at my my other house, it's like there's a road right next to my house. It's like, because our house is at the start of the neighborhood, so the road is right there. So me and my friends were just hanging out. I was like young, like 5 or 6 years old at the time of this story, and we were kind of just playing, and for some reason, me and my other friend just stared at the road. I can't even tell you why I started staring at the road. I just had this feeling to look at the road. So for a couple seconds, we just kind of stared at the road. And then there's 2 cars that were coming. They smashed into each other, and there was a car accident. There was a newborn baby in one of the cars. That's what I remember. They got the baby out. The 2 people who got smashed, I think they got hurt, but they didn't die. So the cars, I think one of them caught on fire because there was a fire truck trying to put out the fire. And it was very traumatic for me. So when that happened, my parents took me inside because they didn't want me to look at all the fire and everything. And they were like just trying to get me to eat because like it was dinner time. But I couldn't eat. I was like shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? I was so scared. Yeah, that was very scary. That was just one of the car accidents I was in. I was actually in another car accident, but I wasn't in a car accident. I mean, it wasn't bad. But I've also been in 2 bus crashes with my school bus, and that's a story I will tell after Sonja tells her story, because we're just going to go back and forth with stories.
Yeah. So this was about 1 or 2 years ago, actually. It was my first car crash. My brother was driving. My mom asked if she could go to sleep because she was tired and she barely ever gets sleep at night. And so he was like, yeah. And then my baby brother and my oldest brother fell asleep. They were sitting in the middle, and me and my he's just a little bit older than me, but 2 years. He's the middle child. He was sitting next to me in the back, and we were the only 2 awake, well, except for Elijah for a short period of time. We were the only 2 awake, other than everyone else, and so I was on my DS. I was playing video games, and Caleb was drawing, the middle child. And so we were on the highway heading back to home, And then I just hear this big and it was Elijah had fell asleep, the driver. He fell asleep and we kept on crashing into it, and I was having a full-on panic attack. I was screaming, crying my eyes out into the car in front of us. And my screaming woke Elijah up. And like Elijah likes to go fast on the highway, so that's why like the car in front of us couldn't like go any faster to like get away from the crashing into the back of the end. But that basically it caused I think it was actually 4 or 5 cars crashed on the highway. Yeah, and
Everybody survived?
yeah,
You guys probably
but
got in trouble.
surprisingly we didn't. And because my mom, she was a former police officer, and she was friends with the police that came, and they were like, oh, okay, like, you know, just like warnings and stuff. And Elijah almost got his driver's license taken away. It wasn't his full license, it was his learner's permit, so that's why. But he started screaming at me because I was literally, you know, having a panic attack, screaming. I couldn't stop crying and screaming. And he's like, "You're so freaking annoying, please shut up. It's not that big of a deal." Bruh.
Well, it ain't.
Yeah. That's my story.
I know it may look like the last episode all cloudy, but this is actually 2 weeks after we filmed episode 1. But I didn't post it till yesterday because I finished editing it, but I forgot to render it and upload it. That was my fault. But yeah, it was raining yesterday, but it's just cloudy now. Cloudy today, no rain, so that's why we might be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So about the 2 bus crashes. One of them, the first one was not that big of a deal because my bus driver, it was my old bus driver, she was doing an illegal thing because you are literally not, by law, not allowed to go into a gas station if there are kids on the bus because bus gas is not safe.
Yeah.
So she was going to a gas station illegally, and she got hit with the truck because somebody was trying to pull out, and the bus was pulling in, and they hit the side of the bus. The truck hit the exact window I was sitting at, like boom, right on my window. I didn't get hurt, but it was just really scary. And she got so mad at the truck driver, but then she realized that he could call the cops on her because what she was doing. So she just decided to let it go and move on. So yeah, we were a little bit late to that day, but the second one was so much worse. It was the bus I'm kind of at now. So we were just chilling, going by a park actually, and we stop at a red light, and suddenly we feel a boom in the back of the bus. I'm at the back of the bus too. Why am I always where the bus gets hit at? Anyway, the back of the bus, boom. We hear glass shatter and a big boom. So we look back, everybody stops, we look back, and there's a car lodged underneath our bus, breaking the back window. And so we're all freaking out, of course. One of my friends, she was having a panic attack because one time she got into a car accident with her parents, and the guy that ran into her pulled out a gun on them. So she was having a panic attack. She was worried. I'm not gonna say her name. And basically, we had to sit there for a good hour before the police came. So we're sitting there waiting for the police to come, and we're just kind of chilling, looking out the window, and the car next to us stops at a red light too, right? The red light that we're at. Well, it wasn't a red light anymore, but stop at the same light stop we were at, and get into a car accident right next to our bus accident. Like, really right, the lane exactly next to us. So then everybody else was freaking out again, because of course, it wasn't as bad though. But the thing that annoyed me was the police went to their crash before ours, and we were there for an hour. Like, come on. Anyway, but when the police finally come, we weren't even allowed to, none of the kids were allowed to leave the bus because they had to get all of our information for some reason. So we had to call them our address, our zip code, our parents' name, our parents' number, and all this stuff. So we told them all that. But one of the older kids on the bus, she was like, "Do you guys smell that?" And we're like, "What?" It's like, she's like, "It smells like weed." And I was like, "What? How do you know what that smells like?" So we were just kind of joking around. But apparently, the car that was lodged underneath us, the guys that were driving that car, had weed in their car. So that's why they ran to our bus in the first place. They were high while driving. So they got arrested. So my mom comes like a couple hours after the bus crash. We're still sitting there, and because they're trying to get the car underneath the bus. The little kids got off. They have vans, so the vans can't put the little kids up first to go to school, because we're already late for school. And my mom comes and she's like, "Oh, okay, so you're gonna get on the van with them and blah blah blah." So I actually have a couple of videos. If I can find them, I'll put them on the screen right now. But
It's just my water.
oh, okay. But we get on the van. So the van is very packed because they're trying to get as many kids to school as possible because it's very late. We're already missed 2 of our classes. And we're turning into the school. Apparently the seat in the van that we're riding wasn't hooked on properly. And the seat flips over. The entire van seat flips over. And we all go flying into our bags. We make it to school, but let's just say that was a very eventful morning. And then by the time we get to school, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you were the bus crash, and then another crash happened. Oh my god, that's so cool. Wow, you're so late. Oh my gosh." They kept asking me questions. I didn't say anything because I didn't know what to say. So yeah, it was a very bad day. But I got to miss a couple of my classes. So. Yeah. Sorry, that was a long story.
No, that's fine. Aww. I don't really have any.
All right, brainstorm.
Oh wait.
Okay.
So my mom, I don't remember how long ago, she married this douche of a person. I'm not gonna say his name for obvious reasons. But she married him, and one day Kaylin came over to my house and we were like having a sleepover and stuff, and we were playing Minecraft. And then
Okay.
he just comes in. Kaylin remembers it more than I do.
I'll tell this one.
Yeah.
So we were playing Minecraft and she had a villager's house, and we found a village, and she was moving in, and I put a TNT in the house and blew it up to make her mad, and and then she got really upset and started crying, like crying, my Minecraft house that I didn't even build. Ah!
That's not what I was talking about, but okay.
And so her stepdad wakes up, and he gets mad because she woke him up. So he takes her by her hair and drags her out of the room to go do something. I wasn't in that other room where he, I don't know, probably yelled at her. But so I'm sitting here listening to her stepdad yell at her and just be really mean. And Sonja's mom was in the room with me, and I was looking at her because I didn't know what to do, and she looked at me and just started shaking her head disapprovingly at me because I blew up your Minecraft house, and she was like mad at me for that. I don't know why, but yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I don't know if that's the story you were talking about though.
That was. I just didn't know that how it happened that he pulled my hair.
Yeah, he pulled your hair. He dragged your hair back, dragged you out by your hair. I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just stood there.
Yeah. Does that count as my story or your story?
I don't know. I can go if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to brainstorm. Okay, so this one I was actually at Sonja because a couple years ago I spent the entire summer at Sonja's house because my mom didn't want to go to pay for a summer camp. So I spent the whole summer with her and her family. And this is at the time they had an apartment. They had a pool right behind their apartment. So every single day we went to the pool. So one of these days, me and Sonja were just hanging out in the pool because we had the entire pool to ourselves. And I was at the bottom of the pool, in the shower one, of course. And I was just kind of laying at the bottom of the pool. You can't see me, but I was kind of just laying on my back in the bottom of the pool. And suddenly, I feel like a chunk of my hair gets grabbed. I don't know how to explain it. I felt like my scalp was being grabbed by something. I can't really explain it, but I get really uncomfortable really fast for no reason, and I don't understand why. So I'm like, okay, Sonja, can we go? And she's like, yeah, sure. Couple weeks later, I'm at a different pool party with my other friend, and we get out the pool, and I'm itching my scalp because like chlorine is itchy, and I feel something like kind of like a bump in my hair. So I pull out the bump and throw it on the floor, and it's a bug. A giant bug was in my hair. So when I was on the pool floor, that is what grabbed my hair. A giant like beetle bug grabbed my hair and had been nesting in my hair for like I don't even know how long. So I throw it on the floor, and it's sitting on the floor crawling, and I'm just like, oh my god, what the frick just happened to me? I've been like shocked. So I go and I smash the bug with my foot, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Traumatized.
I was just traumatized. So yeah, I washed my hair that weekend, and there was nothing like eggs or anything in my hair, so it was good. But like, that was traumatizing. Just straight up traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
My turn, right. So, I don't know if this really counts as my story or my mom's story, but...
Just we're telling stories. It doesn't have to be our stories, just stories.
Yeah. So, the same stepdad, after she married him, I know that anything was wrong. I didn't like him. I hate him, but he bought me stuff so I could deal with him. And
Sonja told me she didn't like him. At first, I didn't get why, because he was like super nice to me. But I mean, he was always nice to me even after the whole thing happened. But I know from Sonja's point of view, like he was really mean to Sonja in front of me, so I knew he was like a bad person. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but yeah.
He sucks. But so I don't know, a few months later, my mom gets pregnant. Not Noah.
I know. I remember.
The
The girl, right?
Yep. And I was supposed to be having a sister. And like my mom was going to the bathroom and stuff. Like I don't remember how long after she got pregnant, but the baby came out and drowned in the toilet. Yeah, still traumatized.
Do you classify that as a miscarriage or a birth gone wrong?
Both,
I
because
guess,
like
if the baby
she wasn't fully developed in her womb, so
and your mom didn't have to push or anything. She didn't feel like she was having contractions or anything.
she thought it was poop.
Oh, so she was having contractions, but she thought it was poop. So she went to the bathroom. So she was having an early birth. The baby probably would have had disabilities from being born so early. I remember when I came to your house after that happened, and your mom was really sad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I get why.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, this one is another bug story. So one day I'm playing Minecraft and I'm like itching behind my ear because it's really itchy for some reason, and I feel a bump.
Why are there so many bugs on you?
So I feel a bump and I go to the mirror and there's this giant black bump on the back of my ear. So I'm like, Mom, help me! What the fuck is this? She's like, oh, it looks like you have a mole or something, and or I don't know what that is. So she put some cream on it, and I go to bed because my mom told me it's all okay. So I go to bed, and then I 2 days later I'm at school and like the bump is just really bothering me. So I show my friend and they're like, that's a tick, and I'm like, what's a tick? Like it's a bug. So they show my teacher. She's like, oh my gosh, that's a tick. So everybody's freaking out because I have a tick, and my teacher tries to pull it off, and it does not want to come off my ear. Like, it does not come off. It was hurting me so bad. But it wouldn't come off. So my dad, because this was, like, right where we were at dismissal, so we were, like, she told my dad. My dad's like, oh, my goodness. And he just takes it, and he yanks it, and that hurt like a butt cheek on a stick. Oh, my gosh, that hurt so bad. So he takes it, and he throws it on the floor, and the ticks just run. And we're in a parking lot because we're walking to the car, and the tick runs away. And I'm like, ow. So my dad cleans my ear because the legs were still on the tick. My dad took the tick's body off of its legs. That is how hard he pulled that thing. Like the tick,
a lot of them are like that.
because the reason that it couldn't come off was because its legs went in and it hooked underneath my skin.
Yeah.
So if it would have pulled off my entire skin if you pulled it off by the legs. So he just desiccated it. And then he takes the ears off and the legs off, not the ears. It's like, and it's behind my ear. So I get home, I tell my mom what happened. She's like, oh, I was putting cream on a tick. She was putting the cream on it because she thought it was like a bump or something. So yeah, that's my tick story. I don't even know where I got it from, but that's the tick story.
I got another story.
Okay.
Because I
I'm
finally
touching my legs.
remembered something. So, we are going on a hike. We go on hikes a lot with my dad. And, so, like, we were, going up the mountain, and then we see this really cool rock, and my brothers are like, we want to take a picture there. So they go up on it, and then, like, they get pictures, and my dad's like, you're not supposed to go off the trail and stuff like that. And then they go down, and they step on a log. A bunch of bees! And my brother Elijah is allergic to bees. And yeah, he had to go to hospital after that.
Oh.
We got down from the mountain and then drove off to the hospital. And then we got ice cream after that.
Okay. So this one takes place with one of my teachers. I probably told this story to Sonja 100 times, but I'm gonna call her Mrs. Grinch because if you knew her, you get it. I'm not gonna cut that out, Caitlin. Cut that part out. Because I'm not gonna name my teacher that this was, but I'm just gonna say she was a teacher, and I never liked her. I mean, she was just really mean. Like, she had assigned line spots. Like, when we lined up, she had assigned spots you're supposed to stand in line so we wouldn't talk. So, this was in 5th grade. I was going to my friends with lunch. Like, because we were about to go into, like, our past teacher to eat lunch with them if we missed them. So, me and my friends were just eating lunch with our old teacher, my 3rd grade teacher. So we're leaving the classroom, but then I hold the door so they can't get in. Like, when you hold a door, because it was a door you had to, push open. So I was pulling it so they couldn't open it. So you can leave the classroom. And we were all laughing, right? And I was like, ha ha ha, ha, hanging on the door because I'm putting on my body weight so they couldn't open the door. And I turn, at the corner of my eye, I see something. So I let go of that hand and I look over. And the teacher, my 2nd grade teacher, standing there, staring at me. Like, she just looked into my soul, and she looks like she's about to, like, come over there and just supersonic punch me in the face. So she stomps over, and she looks mad. She grabs my arm, like, very hard. It's hurting, and she's just pulling me, and she's like, what the heck were you doing? And and she was really mad. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was really mad. So she dragged me into my classroom in front of my entire class. And my teacher, so the teacher's like board is right here, and the door is right here, and the door is right here. So like the entire class is facing towards the door. And she's like, "Oh, hi, Mrs. Blank name," and she just like, "Caitlin." She looks at my teacher and says, "So the whole class can hear." Caitlin was trying to pull the door out the handle. I was trying to break the handle, apparently. So she says in the entire class, starts saying how I was trying to break a door for some reason. And so my teacher hears this and is like, "Well, I'm going to have to call your parents about this," and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I was trying to hold back tears. Like, I'm sorry, I do not like being yelled at, especially in front of the entire class. And it was a really bad day. And so at recess, I wasn't allowed to play recess. I had to sit down on the curb. And my friend come up and they're like, "Why was she so mad? You weren't even trying to break the door. I was trying to explain to her when she was dragging me to the classroom with her demon claws that we were just trying to not let my friends out because we were playing. They were laughing. I was laughing. There was nobody. What was I doing? I don't understand what the whole point of that was. But yeah, I got in trouble.
Okay. So back to my stepdad.
He's had a lot of these stories.
Yeah. And so I think I've told you guys before, but like I was like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, probably. But after that baby died, they tried again. And my baby brother was now in my mommy.
Noah.
Yes, Noah was now in my mummy. And then, so on Father's Day, she told him, and he's like, bye. He just leaves. And so not that long ago, he actually explained to my mom in an email how he was just using her to get a child, and now she's taken that dream away from him because he gave up his rights to him. He thought that if he gave up his rights to him, the child would be his? What? Stupid.
You know what? He's a piece of crap. The end. That's the point. He's a piece of crap. Period.
Yeah.
Period. This one did not happen to me, but I was there, and it traumatized me for life. So, me and my cousins were hanging out at my other cousin's house. Like, it was like a bunch of my cousins were all having like a cousin's sleepover, basically. So we were all just hanging out, dancing, playing, having a lot of fun. So at breakfast time, the morning of a sleepover, my cousin's making breakfast. My oldest cousin, not my oldest cousin, the oldest one that was there. She was making breakfast and she accidentally dropped a glass, and she cleaned up the glass. Blah blah blah. So she's acting a little weird the rest of the day for like a couple hours, but I don't think much of it. So we're playing Just Dance, and and she looks like she's having like fun time. Then all of a sudden she stops and says she doesn't want to play anymore and goes upstairs for no reason. And I'm very confused because we were having fun. We were just dancing around. But apparently when she dropped the glass, a piece of glass got in her foot. So I come upstairs because I hear her screaming. And her mom is trying to pull out the glass out of her foot. I mean, they get it out, but like they shouldn't have done that. They should have went to the hospital.
That's not how you deal with that.
Because the glass, I mean, it wasn't in this case, but if at home, If you have anything lodged anywhere in your body, do not pull it out yourself. Don't, okay? It could be blocking an artery and stopping the blood flow, because if you pull it out, the blood's gonna come gushing out, and you could bleed to death. So, or make it 10 times worse. At the time, I didn't know they shouldn't be doing that, but now I know you definitely shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah. Okay.
So now that's why I'm scared of glass.
I've gotten glass lodged in my foot as well.
Ooh.
But just like a tiny piece like that. But that's not my story. This is my brother's story, not mine. So he went down to the beach because his best friend, he lives there, and he was hanging out with him and stuff, and they were walking on the beach late at night. I don't know why. No, I don't know why. But so they didn't know there was an anchor that was facing up there, and so the anchor just went whoop, and it cut open his foot, like big foot, there's a scar on it and stuff. Yeah, he had to go to the hospital and call my dad and stuff. He's also gotten into a lot of car accidents and bike accidents.
Wow.
He's really lucky. There's nothing permanent done to him. But I think we should wrap it up soon. So you should tell the last story.
Alright, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
So in kindergarten.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, wait, 1 second.
What's up? Everything's good. I mean, if she's fine with it. Well, we're still doing stuff. I mean, I would like to if she's fine with it, but yeah. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
What's up?
He's wondering if I'm gonna stay another night or not.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Just distract him with stories or something if you want. If you can come up.
So my dad has this friend, not gonna say his name, but he he said, "Come on, kids, let's go shopping." And then he took us upstairs, and we were picking out clothes and stuff because he had stuff he couldn't fit in anymore, and he also had stuff that he just wanted to get rid of, and so he did trivia with us so we could get stuff, and so I had only gotten one thing because I failed on most of it. The thing I got was really cool though. It was, other than this jacket right here, this is where I got it from him. And so he took it, we did trivia and stuff, and he asks us, who's your favorite superhero from the DC universe? All of us answered Batman. He said, go downstairs. Go downstairs. He was mad. But like playful mad. Because like his favorite superhero is Wonder Woman and Superman. Mostly Wonder Woman. But he hates Batman. And so he's like, just go downstairs. Go downstairs to watch the movie. Bye-bye. But yeah. What's that?
He said yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Took a bit of convincing, but he said yes. Okay, so, what was I gonna say? No, I forgot my story.
Your mom is calling.
Okay, guys, wrapping this one up. Thank you so much for watching.
Around the same time we have.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe to the comment, and comment down below if you guys want to discuss any topics for the next episode of Trampoline Talk. See you guys next time. Peace.